Special thanks to Patreon supporter DerekFrostWestbrook for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Zackary here bringing you another Minecraft Cold War vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Grumman OV-1A Mohawk. The Grumman OV-1A Mohawk is an armed military observation and attack aircraft that was designed for battlefield surveillance and light strike capabilities. It has a twin turboprop configuration and carries 2 crew members in side-by-side seating. The Mohawk was intended to operate from short, unimproved runways in support of the United States Army Maneuver Forces. The aircraft was first introduced in 1959 and was retired from the United States service in 1996. So overall, a really interesting looking aircraft. It's a very unique one in design. You don't see too many aircraft really with a 3 vertical stabilizer type design in the rear, and also the position of the engines is very unconventional, kind of different in a sense than most other aircraft you're going to see. I think that this design came out really good and will make an awesome addition to any of your Vietnam type maps as a observation type aircraft. So again, cool aircraft. Before we go and take a look at it, I want to go and give special thanks to Patreon supporter DerekFrostWestbrook for making this tutorial possible. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel more you guys already do, feel free to check out my Patreon page. Link is down in the description where you can put a small amount to the channel every month and earn a video card request if you're choosing, depending on which tier you sub to. It helps support the channel and basically what we do on here, and you do earn a vehicle request and stuff as well. So again, feel free to check it out. Again, link is always in my video descriptions. With that, let's go ahead and kind of move into taking a look here at the Mohawk and see exactly what you're going to go ahead and be building today. Basically, again, this is an observational aircraft, though we do have it armed with some rocket pods, so you could have it as a offensive aircraft as well. We have both the landed and in-flight version. We're going to go ahead and look into the landed version here before we go and get to the tutorial. So, start off with, we have obviously the cockpit up here, but obviously it's side-by-side seating. A unique feature with the Mohawk is that its windows do kind of bulge out, which gives more operation or more visibility for the pilots, as this was a reconnaissance type aircraft. So it makes a lot of sense for it to have that. We have the engines here that mount on the wings. Again, the engines are very strange for an aircraft like this. Instead of kind of being centered in the wings, that kind of are propped up a little bit. So again, real interesting design there, but kind of gross on me the more I look at it. We have on the side here, we have these external fuel tanks, and we also have the rocket pods, so get a little bit more offensive capability. This Mohawk here is colored in green. Most of the Mohawks, from my understanding, were either white or very light gray, but since this is kind of a Vietnam War variant, I wanted to go ahead and make it in green, as some of them were. And we got basically back here the vertical stabilizers, which again is something you don't see every day. The horizontal stabilizers, and that's really the plane. So pretty straightforward plane, pretty cool one. Something very unique, a little different. And without further ado, let's go and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layer. We're going ahead and start off with layers 1 and 2. Now, before we go ahead and jump into it, if you're completely new to my aircraft tutorials, the way to structure these tutorials I like to do half on camera, half off. What this means is we're building the entire right side of the aircraft on camera, and then the left side will be up to you guys to copy in between our layers. And it's pretty straightforward. Once we kind of do the first few layers, it's going to make a little bit more sense on what exactly we're doing. Also, in addition, if you want to build the landed version of this aircraft, you do need to take a few things into consideration before you start building. So layer 2 here, which is this line of blocks, as you can see right here, is 2 blocks positioned above the ground. So if you are wanting to build the in-flight version, you're going to want to make sure that you build this layer 2 blocks above the ground. Now we will be adding the landing gear at the end of the tutorial as part of a modification to the in-flight version. So our aircraft is going to look something like this if you're building the landed version, and we're going to go ahead and modify it and add the landing gear onto it. So again, 2 full blocks of space between the ground and this layer here. To go ahead and get started with, we're going to place down a dark oak with trapdoor, and we want this trapdoor on the top portion of the block and not on the bottom like that. We're going to then place down a dark oak with top slab, dark oak with up down stair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green terracotta blocks, 2 dark oak with top slabs, 2 dark oak with trapdoors. We're going to go ahead and skip a space, And we're going to go then place down an end rod. I think it goes down like that from that block. And basically we get something that looks like that there for our center line. Also on the bottom of this dark oak wood stair in the front, we're going to place down an end rod that comes down from it like that. And that end rod right there is all we have for layer 1. So kind of a nice little thing there. After that, we're going to go and then place down a dark oak wood trapdoor, come off the side of this dark oak wood top slab. We then want to go and place down a dark oak wood top slab after the trapdoor. And then we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 dark oak wood ups downstairs, 1, 2 dark oak wood top slabs, and 1 and 2 dark oak wood trapdoors. And just like that, that right there is going to basically create the base here. From this, we're going to go ahead and go to this dark oak wood trapdoor on the end here. And we're going to go and build up to the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks that we can delete later. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now from this, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on the end here. And then going back from this trapdoor, we're going to go 1, 2. And then going forward, we're going to go 1 and 2 trapdoors forward. So just like that. And we can go ahead and then take our yellow concrete here, our blocks, so we can go and delete this. And so basically we should have something that looks like this here from up above for layers 1 and 2. Overall, pretty simple stuff. That right there is going to wrap up those layers. Let's move on to our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with, we're going to go to the dark oak wood trapdoor on the front here. We're going to place down a green terracotta block on top of it, followed by a dark oak wood button coming off that green terracotta block toward the front. From that, we're going to place down 2 green terracotta blocks back, so you have a row 3 here in the front. This space right here, you can go and choose to leave a row 3 of blocks open, or you can go ahead and just close this off with a row 3 of black concrete. Depends on whether or not you want to do interior, but just with the way that this aircraft is constructed, you really don't have room for much interior, really. Anyways, after that, we're going to then place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green terracotta blocks back, 2 dark oak wood top slabs, and a dark oak trapdoor on the end. After that, we're going to go back up to the nose here. We're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall to the side. Going back from it, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3 green terracotta blocks, dark oak wood upside down stair. From this, we're going to go ahead and then go to the sides. We're going to place down a dark oak wood button here on this middle green terracotta block, and a tripwire hook over here on the second one. We then want to place down a green terracotta block here, and on the side of it, we're going to place down a dark oak wood button. Going back from this block, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 green terracotta blocks, so you should have a row of 7. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood upside down stair, followed by a dark oak wood top slab, and then a dark oak trapdoor. Once that's complete, we're going to go ahead and then go to our 4th green terracotta block here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on the side, followed by 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood top slabs, and then 2 dark oak wood trapdoors after. Next row here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood top slabs, and then 1 and 2 dark oak wood trapdoors. Our next row to the side here, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 dark oak wood trapdoors, followed by a spruce wood trapdoor. And our next row here, a little bit different. We're going to place down 2 rows of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're also going to place down 1 additional row that goes forward like so. We're then going to go ahead and place down 2 dark oak wood top slabs coming off the middle one here, and then we're going to place down dark oak trapdoors on both sides of these top slabs like that. We're going to then take our spruce wood pressure plates. We're going to go 1, 2 back, and make sure that they are facing the same direction, so like this. 1, 2, and 1, 2. At this point right here, that's it for our wing for this layer. We're going to go and move into our pylons. So for our pylons here, we're going to go to the top of these dark oak wood trapdoors. We're going to place down a row of 5 of green terracotta blocks on them. We then want to go ahead and place down 1 more green terracotta block in both directions, so you have a row of 7. On the front here, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall, followed by a zombie head coming off the mossy cobblestone wall, and a dark oak wood sign here on both sides of this mossy cobblestone wall. From that, we're going to go ahead and go to the middle 5 green terracotta blocks. We're going to place down dark oak wood trapdoors closed on the sides here of these blocks. Then on the back here, we want to go ahead and place down a zombie head come off this green terracotta block, a dark oak fence gate here opened up toward this green terracotta block on both sides, and then a dark oak wood sign come off the sides here of those fence gates like that. Once that's all done, we're going to go off of these trapdoors. We're going to place down a green terracotta block, followed by 1, 2, 3 green terracotta blocks back from it, And we're going to then place down a oak wood trapdoor on both ends like that. We're going to then take stone buttons on the middle 2 green terracotta blocks here to the side. We're going to place down 2 stone buttons and also on the bottom here of those 2 green terracotta blocks. And after you have that all done right there, that is going to complete your rocket pod, your pylon, or basically what's going to be your pylons there, and part of the wings and the fuselage for this layer. Anyways, that right there is it for layer 3. Let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to begin with, we're placing another brick slab on top of this green terracotta block, followed by a black concrete block behind the nether brick slab. We then want to place down a row of 4 of light gray stained glass full blocks, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 green terracotta blocks. We then want to place down 2 dark oak with top slabs, and then 2 dark oak with trapdoors come off those 2 top slabs. Going back up to the front here, we're going to place down a nether brick stair to the side of this black concrete block, and then a skeleton skull coming off the face here of the stair, like so. We're going to then take our dark oak wood stairs, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair, followed by 1 and 2 light gray stained glass blocks, dark oak wood stair, and then a green terracotta block. After the green terracotta block, we're going to place down a red concrete block, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green terracotta blocks back, and then 2 mossy cobblestone walls like that to go and finish that off. After that, again, going up here to the cockpit, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass block, or light gray stained glass paint on the sides here of these 2 blocks. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a item frame, and a yellow concrete block and a dark oak wood sign. On the side of the stair here, we're going to place down an item frame, a yellow concrete block in the item frame rotated so it's kind of a diamond, and then a dark oak wood sign on the side of the stair like that. After that, we're going to then place down a wither skeleton skull on the side of the zombie head, and then on the side of this dark oak stair, and then a zombie head on the side of that green terracotta block directly after it. Now once that's done, we're going to go to the sides here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood slab on top of that trapdoor, followed by 1 and 2 green terracotta blocks back, and then 1 and 2 dark oak wood slabs. From that, we're going to place down 2 spruce wood trapdoors that go back like so. Now after that, we want to go and then go to the side here. Up to the front, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair, which is going to be facing this direction like that. And then after that dark oak wood stair, we're going to place down 2 green terracotta blocks back, a dark oak wood stair, and then a dark oak wood slab, followed by 2 spruce wood trapdoors. Our next row, coming off the stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair like this, followed by a row of 1, 2, 3 green terracotta blocks, a dark oak wood stair, and then a spruce wood slab coming off the stair, and then a spruce wood trapdoor like that. Our next row here, we're going to go ahead and place down a green terracotta block here next to the stair, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green terracotta blocks back, so you have a row of 6, dark oak wood stair here, dark oak wood slab coming off the side of the stair. Our next row, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab up here in the front, and then behind it we're going to place down a black concrete block, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green terracotta blocks back, and then a dark oak wood stair. Our next row here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green terracotta blocks, dark oak wood stair, and a dark oak wood slab. Our next row here does change up a little bit, so going into our next row, we're going to place down a nether brick stair, come off the side of this green terracotta block. Actually, sorry about the second green terracotta block, so 1 back. And we're going to go then take our green terracotta, we're going to go back 1, 2, 3 blocks back, and then a spruce wood stair. Our next row, we're going to place down a nether brick top slab, come off the side of the stair, and we're going to then place down 1 and 2 green terracotta blocks back, followed by a dark oak wood top slab, and then a spruce wood top slab like so. Our next row, we're going to place down a brick top slab here again, followed by 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood top slabs, and then a spruce wood trapdoor there on the very end. Next row, same thing, a spruce wood or a nether brick top slab, except this time we're going to place down a row of 3 of dark oak wood upside down stairs. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 upside down stairs like so, and then a spruce wood trapdoor there on the end. After that, we're going to go off the first 2 stairs here in the front. We're going to place down 2 spruce wood or 2 dark oak wood trapdoors like so, and then a spruce wood trapdoor in this spot. And then we want to go ahead and then grab ourselves mossy cobblestone walls. And you want to place down mossy cobblestone walls on these 2 green terracotta blocks there for this rocket pod. And after that's all complete, the last thing for us to do is to go ahead and grab some dark liquid buttons, and we're going to place it down on the sides here of these green terracotta blocks, like so. And with that all done, that is going to pretty much wrap up what we have here for layer number 4. With that, let's move into layer number 5. I guess moving on to our next layer, we'll be moving into layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass block on top of this one right here, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 back from it, so you have a row of 5. We then want to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 green terracotta blocks back, a dark oak wood up sound stair, then a dark oak wood top slab there on the tail. After that, we want to go ahead and then take a light gray stained glass pane. Sorry, my bad. Light gray stained glass full block. We're going to go off this block to the side here, and then 1, 2, 3 blocks back, just like that. We're going to go then place down a dark oak wood stair, followed by a red concrete block, and then 1, 2 green terracotta blocks, a gray concrete block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 green concrete blocks back, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 mossy cobblestone walls. After that, again going up to the front here, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass pane coming off the side of this block, followed by 1, 2, and 3 light gray stained glass full blocks back, and then a mossy cobblestone wall like that. On both sides of the gray concrete block and these 2 dark oak or green terracotta blocks, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood buttons. After that's finished, we're going to then place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors right here. So on these 2 green terracotta blocks like that. We're going to then take our green terracotta to the side here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, followed by a dark oak wood stair going back from it, and then a zombie head here at a slight angle like so. A dark oak wood slab, come out the zombie head, a dark oak wood trapdoor, and then behind the slab we're going to place down a green terracotta block, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 green terracotta blocks forward. We're going to go ahead and go to the sides here of these 2 green terracotta blocks. We're going to place down 2 dark oak wood upside down stairs, actually sorry, 1 upside down stair and 1 upside down corner stair. Same thing over here as well, just like that. We then want to place down 3 green terracotta blocks back, and then a dark oak wood stair, and then a zombie head there at a slight angle like that on the back. After that, going ahead and working our way into the wings here, we're going to place down a row of 2 of dark oak wood trapdoors here, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a additional 2 more rows, so we have 1 and 2 rows like that. Once we have that done, we're going to then place down a row of 3, so 1, 2, 3, then a row 1, 2, and then a spruce wood trapdoor like that. We're going to then place down a nether brick slab coming off that trapdoor there, followed by a dark oak wood slab back, and then a spruce wood slab. We then want to go ahead and place down a row of 2 dark oak wood slabs, and then a spruce wood slab, and then 2 dark oak wood slabs, and then a zombie head coming off the side of this spruce wood slab, like so. We're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves some green carpet. We're going to place down green carpet here on these blocks right here. And that'll be the same thing up there on both sides. And we're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves black carpet. And we're going to place down black carpet on top of these nether brick top slabs here, on the leading edge of the wing. And once we have that all done there, that is going to wrap that up. And with that, that's going to wrap up what we have here for layer 5. With that, let's go and move on to our next layer here, layer number 6. I guess moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 6. For layer 6, to go ahead and get started here, we're going to take our light gray stained glass panes. We're going to place down light gray stained glass pane on top of this light gray stained glass block in the middle here, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocks back. We're going to go ahead and then take our gray concrete. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 gray concrete blocks back, a green terracotta block, a black concrete block, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 green terracotta blocks like that down the center. Out to the sides here, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass pane coming off this one, followed by 1, 2, 3 light gray stained glass blocks back, and a dark oak wood up down stair like so. We then want to place down a red concrete block, a green terracotta block, a dark oak wood stair, a stone brick stair, then 1, 2, 3, and 4 dark oak wood stairs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mossy cobblestone walls. When that's all finished there, going ahead and going out to the sides here, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 light gray stained glass panes on top of these first two light gray stainless steel blocks, followed by a wither skeleton skull coming off the side of that glass block, and then a zombie head coming off the side of this dark oak wood upside down stair. Once that's done, going ahead and going out to our sides here, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down a nether top slab, which is something I did forget from the previous layer. So coming off this green terracotta block, on both sides we are going to have a dark oak top slab, nether top slab, so make sure that is on both sides there. Anyways, once that's sorted out, we're going to place down a black concrete block on top of it, and then one coming off of it going forward, followed by a wither skeleton skull there on the tip. On both sides of this first black concrete block here, we're going to place down a nether brick wall to both sides. And then going back to the two nether brick walls, we're going to place down two black concrete blocks, followed by dark oak with buttons on the sides of those two black concrete blocks. We then want to go ahead and place down a nether brick stair on the sides here, so nether brick stair like this going back, followed by a dark oak slab on both sides here, and a zombie head again turned at a slight angle like this to the sides there. And then in the middle space here between the zombie heads, we're going to place down a dark oak slab, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 green terracotta blocks going forward like that. Now once we have that done, we're going to go and basically just build our props. So since we're at a good kind of position to go ahead and put these on, we'll just go and put them on now. So for our props for the aircraft, real simple. We're going to go to the sides of this black concrete block. We're going to place down 1, 2 nether brick top slabs, and then a birchwood top slab like that. On the opposite side here, we're going to place down a nether brick wall that goes up at an angle, followed by a second nether brick wall, and then a sandstone wall like so. And then going down, we're going to place down a nether brick wall, followed by one nether brick wall out like that at an angle, and then going down from this nether brick wall, we're going to place down a it's going to be the other way around. So nether brick wall to this side, and then a sandstone wall going down from it. And over here on this side, it's going to basically be the same thing. I'm just going to kind of do the mirrored image of it. And again, you can kind of do the same thing, have them facing the same directions, kind of mix them up a little bit if you want to, do whatever you want. But basically, you want something that looks like that there for your props on both sides there for those engines. Also, on the back here, we do have the vertical stabilizers, which do start. So for this, we're going to go to this last green terracotta block here on the tail. We're going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks to the side here. Same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to place down a dark oak top slab here on the side, a green terracotta block, and then a dark oak upside down stair coming off of it like so going forward. We can go and then delete these placeholder blocks here down the middle. And looking at from above here, this is what we should have with layer 6 complete. Anyways, that right there is it for layer 6. With that, let's move on to our next layer, layer number 7. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we moved into layer 7. For layer 7, we're going to start off by going up here to the cockpit. We're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on top of this light gray stainless block here in the middle, followed by 2 nether brick slabs back, and then a zombie head here on this last light gray stainless block. To the sides here of these 2 nether brick slabs, we're going to place down 2 daylight detectors on both sides, turn them to night mode, and then we want to go ahead and then place down a register repeater here, and the notches fit down to the sides on top of these 2 dark oak wood upside down stairs. Once that's done, we want to go and then go to this black concrete block. We're going to place down a stone button on top of it. We're going to go and skip a space back, place down a dark oak wood slab, an item frame, come off the side of the slab with a bed in the item frame, rotated to the side like that, dark oak wood sign on the side of the slab, and then a dark oak wood sign to the sides out here like this. And then we just want to place down a daylight detector after it. Once that's done, we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and then 4 spaces back. We're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor, followed by a nether brick slab, dark oak wood slab, dark oak wood dark oak wood stair, and then 1, 2, 3 green terracotta blocks, and then a spruce wood plank here on the end. Once that's done, we're going to then take our nether brick slabs. We're going to place down a nether brick slab to the side of the stair here, followed by 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood slabs back, and then a spruce wood slab. Our next row here, we're going to place down 2 nether brick slabs up to the sides here, 2 dark oak wood slabs back from each of those slabs, and then spruce wood slab here on both ends. We then want to place down a nether brick top slab, come off the side of this dark oak wood top slab there, top slab back of dark oak wood, and then a spruce wood top slab. We're going to repeat the same thing again, so just like that. We're going to then place down a green terracotta block on top of the stair, and then 1 and 2 spruce wood planks back, and then a stone button on the side of the spruce wood plank, just like that. And that right there is going to complete the back here with our horizontal and vertical stabilizers for right now. And then we're going to go ahead and move into our engines. So for our engines here, we're going to place down a narrow brick slab on top of this black concrete block, and then we're going to place down a row of 1 and 2 of black concrete back. To the sides here, come off this first black concrete block, we're going to place down a narrow brick stair to both sides, and then a narrow brick corner stair coming off the stair. And then we want to place down a narrow brick slab coming off that black concrete block, like that, going back. And once you have that all done, that right there is going to basically complete layer 7. And with that, we're going to go ahead and probably move into our final layers here, which are going to basically consist of layers 8, 9, and 10. We're going to basically build the vertical stabilizers and add all this cabling here that goes on the aircraft. Anyways, with that, let's go ahead and move into our final layers, layers 7, layers 8 through 10. Alright guys, go ahead and move into our final layers here. We have layers 8 through 10. For these layers, to go ahead and get started with, we're going to go to our vertical stabilizers, and we're going to go and start off by building up the middle one. So for the middle one here, we're going to go on top of this green terracotta block here, the second one, and we're going to place down 2 black concrete blocks up, followed by a narrow brick wall on top of it, a mossy cobblestone wall on top. After that, we're going to take our green terracotta blocks, we're going to place down a row of 3 that go up directly behind it, followed by a dark oak trapdoor on top. And on the sides here of these 3 green terracotta blocks, we're going to place down 3 stone buttons. From that, we're going to then place down a row of 1 spruce wood plank that goes up, and then 2 mossy cobblestone walls there at the end. And that right there is going to make your center stabilizer. Going on to the sides, we're going to go ahead and place down a green terracotta block on top of this one, followed by, it's going to be 2 black concrete blocks on top of that green terracotta block, and then a mossy cobblestone wall on the top. We're going to go ahead and place down a row of 1, 2, 3 spruce wood planks that go up, stone buttons on the sides here of those 3 spruce wood planks. And we want to go and then place down a spruce wood plank on the back, and then 2 mossy cobblestone walls up from it, like so. And on the top here of this spruce wood plank, we're going to place down a green carpet. We're going to go over to the right vertical stabilizer and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to go do this a little bit quicker. It's the same thing as the far left side. So we're just going to be basically doing the same thing here, just over to this side. So just like that, and you have all 3 of your vertical stabilizers built like that. Now once that's done, we do have the cabling here that runs on the aircraft that we do want to go ahead and add. So for this, we're going to go off this mossy cobblestone wall. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 barrier blocks forward, followed by 1, 2, and 3 stone buttons on top of them. We're going to go ahead and then drop down with our barrier blocks. We're going to place down a row of 5 across, and then again 5 stone buttons on top of those barrier blocks. We're going to go and drop down again, place down a row of 5 of barrier blocks, 5 stone buttons on top, and then right here we're going to place down a row of 3 of barrier blocks, and then 3 stone buttons like that on top of them. Now once that's done there, we actually want to go and switch one thing also. This redstone repeater here on the right side is going to be swapped out for a mossy cobblestone wall. So go ahead and swap that out, and again that's only on the right side of the fuselage. After that, we're going to go ahead and go down to this point here in the middle space between the daylight detector and dark oak trapdoor, and place down a barrier block like so. We then want to go ahead and go and then go up from it and back one. We're going to place down a row of 2 of barrier blocks. We're going to go ahead and go up in that angle here, place down a row of 2. So you should get something that looks like this for our barrier blocks. We're going to go to the right side here of the barrier blocks and place down stone buttons here on the sides of these barrier blocks. So it's going to go up like this, and one like that, so it connects up basically to our vertical stabilizer. So it should look something that looks just like that. After that's all done there, that is going to pretty much wrap up our cabling there. And with that, pretty much the fuselage here for the aircraft. I will be going ahead and moving in real quick, showing you guys how to put the banners here on the sides of the aircraft. I'll be making this kind of national star insignia, but I will not be showing you guys how to do the Army lettering. I'll be linking a tutorial down in the description, which will show you guys how to do basically the lettering, so you guys can go ahead and do that for yourselves. All you're going to be doing is a green background, white lettering. So it's pretty straightforward, and again, that tutorial will be linked in the description, so you guys can go ahead and write Army on the side. This aircraft was only used by the Army in the US military, so really that's the only name you're going to be putting on the side of the aircraft, unless you want to go ahead and make something up a little fictional or whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and move real quick into making these banners here for the side of the fuselage, and we'll pretty much go from there. Alright guys, so to go ahead and make these banners, really straightforward. All we're going to do to start with is we're going to go into a loom, we're going to place down a white banner in our loom, we're going to take red dye and do a line down the center here for our red dye. We then want to go ahead and take our green dye, we're going to place it into the loom, and we're going to go and select the line across the bottom here, and the line across the top. So we get something that looks like this. We have the green dye on both sides, the white stripes, and then the red stripe here in the middle. If you're doing the aircraft a gray color, then you're obviously going to want to use light gray in these spots here instead of the green. And right there is going to be it for our first banner. Our next banners here, we're going to place down a blue banner into loom. We're going to go and select the square here in the bottom left-hand corner, and then the square in the top left-hand corner. And that's going to finish this banner. And then our last banner here, again a blue banner. This time we're going to select the bottom right, and then the top right corners, and we get our banners basically done and complete. To place these banners, we're going to go ahead and go to this dark oak wood stair and place down our striped banner here. Our two blue banners like this to go ahead and create like a circular shape, and then a striped banner like that on the other side. And the same thing will be done over here on this side as well. And then if you refer to that tutorial linked in the video description, you'll be able to make these lettered banners that spell out Army. It's going to be we're going to start right here, A-R-M-Y, and then over here, A-R-M-Y. So pretty straightforward stuff there, and once you have that done, that is going to complete the in-flight version for the OV-1 Mohawk. We're going to go ahead and now move into how to turn this into a landed version. So for those guys that do want to build this landing landed, we're going to go ahead and move into that option now. Anyways, let's go ahead and move into the landed version. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into the landing gear. To begin with, we're going to go ahead and start off with our front wheel. For this, real simply, we're going to go ahead and delete these first three green terracotta blocks on the bottom here. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and place down a direct wall in this spot right here, followed by an additional direct wall that comes down, and then a block of coal here on the bottom. For both sides of this block of coal, we're going to place down a stone button, followed by an item frame, and then a white stained glass pane in the item frame, like that for this forward wheel. We're then going to place down a smooth quartz top slab coming off the direct wall, and then a quartz slab right up here in this section, like so. We're going to place down a lever on the bottom of that quartz slab and flick it so that it's facing toward the front. And then to the sides here of the direct wall, we're going to place down a dark oak top slab, followed by a second and a third one back, so a row of 3 there. And same thing over here as well for the landing gear doors. And with that all complete there, that's going to complete the front wheel. Let's go and move into the rear wheels. Alright guys, go ahead and move it into our rear landing gear. To go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go ahead and go to this second dark oak wood slab here, and we're going to go ahead and replace this with a dark oak wood upside stair, which is going to be facing this direction like so. Coming off this dark oak wood upside stair, we're going to go and drop down with a dark oak wood trapdoor and open up like so, and then another trapdoor on the bottom here also open up like that. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down, or delete this slab right here. We're going to place down a direct wall on the spot, followed by 1 and 2 more direct walls, so row 3 that goes down. Or sorry about it, it's going to be 2 in total here. We're going to go ahead and place down a quartz, smooth quartz upside down stair like so, and then a smooth quartz top slab there on the bottom of that stair. Coming off the quartz upside down stair going forward, we're going to place down a skeleton skull. And we're going to go ahead and then go to the direct wall here. We're going to place down a skeleton skull coming off that. We're going to go ahead and delete this dark oak trapdoor right here. And we're going to place down a end rod in its place. After that, for our wheel here, we're going to go and grab ourselves some nether brick stairs. We're going to place down a nether brick upside stair coming off this quartz top slab, a stair on top of it, and 2 stairs behind it, just like that, to go make this rear wheel. And once you have that complete there for your rear wheel, one optional thing we do have to add is some banners. So these banners here will kind of create a better wheel kind of shape to it, which I'm going to show you guys to do. But also here in the front, before I forget, we do want to place down a item frame on this direct wall, and in that item frame we're going to place down a snowball like that for front light there on the landing gear. Anyways, I'm going to go and grab the materials we need real quick, and I'll show you guys how to make the banners here to kind of beef up these wheels a little bit and make them look a little bit nicer. One thing also, make sure that you take this landing gear and switch over to the other side as well. Anyways, let's go and move into making those banners. Alright guys, so making these banners, it's really straightforward. All we're going to do is go ahead and place down a loom. We're going to go into our loom, we're going to place down a black banner, and we're going to take our white dye and place it in our dye section. We're going to go and do a line on the left side here for this banner, of white, and then we're going to do the second banner aligned over here on the right side, again of white. We're going to put our banner with the white line on the left side in first, and we're going to put our black die into the bloom. We're going to go and select the bottom left square like this, and then we're going to go and select the top left like that to go and create this first banner. And then our second banner here, we're going to go do the same thing, but this time with the right bottom corner and the top right corner. After that, we're going to just take these two banners and we're going to place them down on these two stairs like so. Same thing on the inside here as well. And once you have the arrow wheel transferred over, we're going to go do the same exact thing. And anyways, that right there is going to complete the landing version for the OV-1 Mohawk. And with that, that is going to complete the overall tutorial. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this build and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this as I do, so you guys give me proper credit for it. This is good. Thank you for the style of the build. Tweet to my channel or this video if there's other pretty social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to whatever project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. In addition, again, a big special thanks to Patreon supporter DerekFrostWestbrook for making this tutorial possible. And again, feel free to check out our Patreon page. Link is always in my video descriptions. Again, other than that, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So I'm here to do it for it. I'll see you guys next time.